going to make over my closet. So guys, what happened is I came home and I smell a funky smell. So, you know, the laundry room, the little mud room slash laundry closet is off the garage. Musty smell. I'm like, sewer something. So it's just smelling this area when you walk in. So come to find out, it's the washer. It needed like the P trap needed to clean. It's me alone. I don't do laundry. Long story short, the washer is on this side, the dryer is on that side, and long story short, next thing you know, I ripped off the dryer vent. Let me show you. This got busted from the dryer vent. So this got busted because these are very sensitive. They're easily to rip. But basically, this sits in here, right? And then goes in the ground to vent outside. And that piece, they got damaged easy. So next thing you know, I'm doing a laundry makeover. So stay tuned if you want to see this video, okay? All right. So as you guys could see, this is what the laundry room looked like. This is what it looks like after I kind of like tore it apart a little bit. Because as you guys know, as I said before, I wasn't planning on making over the laundry room anytime soon. This was a winter project. However, because of everything I just said, we're going to do so. So showing you everything with the dryer moving. Boy, it's a good thing I did move this dryer because there's a lot of dirt back there and dust and lint and you name it all. Went up to Lowe's and we got a sheet of plywood, and I got like one of those nice pieces. Was $84 for that piece. I got these wallpaper on sale. They were $59 and I got them for $13. Got me some bread nailer, some construction screws, and I had them cut my wood down. I did all the measurements here in the closet before I went up to Lowe's. Had them cut down the measurements. So that's all. So now I'm back from Lowe's and I'm going to take everything out of the closet. I was moving them one by one, but I'm like, that makes no sense. So literally I went for a box and start filling it up. And all I'm showing you, I like those fabric softener from the Dollar Tree. Like I buy my regular one, you guys can see, but I just love those ones from the Dollar Tree. And not only that, like what I like to do, instead of buying like the Febreze like in the spray bottle, I like to like mix my own Febreze, like the fabric softener, mix all of that up in the Febreze bottle and spray it like on my curtains, my couch and stuff like that. Anywho's, if you have a septic tank, I use that to throw it on my drain. Let me know if that's a good thing. It's probably not, but it said septic tank, so I throw it on my drain. All right, so all I'm doing right now is we are ready to go to town and do this laundry room makeover. So packing up everything so we can move everything in one move, okay? I have to say I'm very excited about this laundry room makeover. It wasn't my budget at this current moment, but it was something it's something I have been looking into, and I was thinking of doing like all these indoor projects for the winter time. So you know, you guys know, if you've been around, you've seen I've been doing a lot of outdoor projects. Yes, I still have more stuff to do on the inside, but who wants to do indoor project when it gets cold and you know there's always something to do. So you do those indoor projects like the outlets and little stuff like that in the winter time or fall when it's cold and you can't be outside. All right, so now I'm using my drill and I'm taking out these wire rack shelves, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save these because I'm gonna reuse them. I already this video I've been done it, so just got to it to edit it. I already been make the shelves in the garage and get those like bin from the Dollar Tree so I can organize like exterior screws, drywall screws, yada yada yada, and all that stuff, sandpaper, all that stuff. So yes, I do repurpose everything. Very little I throw away stuff. I don't throw anything because everything has a purpose. So we are going in, unscrewing everything, and then once we're done unscrewing everything, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna patch those little holes. Okay, so the goal here is to just get some new shelf in the laundry room, and I am going to be using one piece of my kitchen cabinet. So if you see in my previous video, I just share also going to be in the description box below of what my kitchen looked like when I first purchased this home. And a lot of people reach out to me about buying, ask me if I'm selling those cabinet. They're really nice cabinet. I love them. Real wood. Love the finishing, just didn't like the facing because it's like in the 90s, from the 90s, but like it was really maintained. People maintain it really nice. And if you guys are not new here, you're gonna be tired of hearing me saying these people did maintain their house. It's not my first home, and I know what a real maintain like. It's good to come across a home that's very maintained because not a lot of people maintain. I sold my house not too long ago and I drove by there and I'm like I sold another house and I'm like, my God, I put a lot of work in that house, in that yard and everything, and it looks bad. So anywho's, enough of that. I am getting my little spackles, and this spackle, believe it or not, is from the Dollar Tree. Got it from the Dollar Tree. So we're just patching all those holes. And guys, I did not plan on painting this area, but I wish I knew the color paint for this. So anywho's, you guys can see the cabinet. So that's the one that's suit. There's a bunch of cabinet, but this one is suitable for the laundry closet. It's a laundry closet. I keep saying laundry room, but it's like a laundry closet with off of the mud room. Has a door on it, yada yada yada. So now this is a one-woman show. As you guys know, if you're not new here, welcome. This is a one-woman show. If you guys are not new, you know how I roll up here. So now we got to get this cabinet up. So there's different ways of putting a cabinet up when you're doing it by yourself. You could just get a piece of 2x4, find the studs in your wall, and just put it up there so you could have some help holding up the cabinet. And if you're strong enough and you feel like you're good at it, you could just hold it up with one hand. And if you could do all of that with your laser level, yada, 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 and get it level and screw it in, then go for it. So now what I did, you guys didn't see that, but I switched over the washer and the dryer. I put the washer where the dryer was, the dryer where the washer was, and I have so much more room and everything fit better. And that way the vent won't fall out when I put it in. That's how it was set up to be, but now it's inverse with the door. So anywho's, let's go back to the cabinet. So this cabinet is really light and I was really lazy. I was feeling so lazy to go put a piece of 2x4 up for just that one of the piece of cabinet. It's like 24 inches wide. So what I did, of course, I went on top of the washer. I used my shoulder. I used a stud finder first, if you guys noticed earlier, to find the studs. Then I went on top of the washer. You guys see there. And I am holding that up and I'm trying to get my screw ground so I could hit one of the studs. So now I do tippy toe, use my leg to hold that cabinet up. And I tell you, yeah, it wasn't bad, but don't do what I do. Get some help or or get that 2x4 across. The doors kept hitting me in the head and you know, it was a little challenging, but I got it up there, okay? I did it, okay? And it was level because guess what? I pushed it all the way to the ceiling. So there's no way to worry about is it crooked or not. What I did, the beauty about it is I'm working with a corner wall and the ceiling. So I push it all the way up to the ceiling and the corner wall. And then I catch it with one screw first. And then once I caught it, it's right there, I caught it. I'm so excited. It's not sturdy, but it's hanging up there. Okay. So don't do that and then jump. So now I'm going underneath and I know exactly where my studs are because I have that stud finder and I drew a line and I'm just going to get those screws in. So that's all. So that's all I'm doing. Get the screw in and yeah, it's level. I mean, where else is it going to be? It's all the way in the ceiling, all the way to the corner. What am I going to level, you know? Plus it's a laundry closet. So, you know, don't work harder, work smarter. Okay. But however, if you have like a real laundry room, yeah, get your level. Okay. So that's all I'm doing. I got that cabinet hanging and I'm just making sure it's secure because this is going to hold a lot of weight. Like my laundry detergent, bleach, etc. Anything that I don't want to show out. And I buy stuff in bulk like at BJ's. So you got to make sure that it's like fully secure. So I'm putting as much screws, maybe more than usual you put in the cabinet. And I'm using cabinet screws. I have cabinet screws left over from them doing my kitchen. So putting some cabinet screws in there and making sure it's hanging on up there. Make sure like you could swing on this thing like a swing when it's done. So there you go. There you have it. It's done. So here goes the wallpaper. $12.99. They only had 2 in that color. Did I like it? No, I didn't like it, but because it was cheap and I didn't want to wait to order it from Amazon, I bought it. It was $59. Got it for $12.99. So there's some other one there that I like, but they weren't on sale. And I'm like, nah, laundry room is not in my budget now. So whatever. So I bought them. They only had 2 of that color, so I bought them both. I knew I didn't need both, but I'm like, just in case I run out, I have it. Because God forbid I run out and then somebody came and purchased the last one, then I'm screwed. So anywho's, I just cleaned the wall off because, of course, after I spackle, I sand. Okay, so I clean all that off to make sure your wall is clean. So now it's a peel and stick wallpaper, so I'm just pulling back the backing of that, and I'm going to line that up with my cabinet. I'm going to start. Don't ask me if this is the right way to add wallpaper. I've been working with wallpaper for a little bit now, but it just end up turning out good, but I don't know if I'm doing it the right way. So maybe this is not the tutorial for how to install wallpaper. However, like I said, it does turn out good, but I don't know if it's the right way. I remember the first time I did wallpaper, I rolled it all up and threw it in the garbage because I said, what in this? And it was peel and stick. Pain in the ass. So anywho's,
just using a squeegee, and we're gonna burnish that over. I have a whole kit for wallpaper when I did a fireplace at a previous home I sold, and I couldn't find it for the love of God. So I went ahead and I used my simple Cricut machine squeegee. That's it, because I couldn't find it. So now I have that part done. We're getting the next part and we're gonna lap that. We're gonna line it up. The thing I must say about this wallpaper, it was so easy to line up. So line up with the pattern. Some wallpaper to get the pattern line up is a pain in the ass, but this wasn't bad to get the pattern. I mean, I with a few tries, and the thing is, like, I put it on the wall and I didn't have it lined up perfectly, and I removed it and I was able to stick it back up there, and so far I have no problem. And with heat from the dry and everything in that room, no problem. I mean, so anywho's, I'm not going to take it all the way down to the floor because the washer and the dryer is going to hide that. So I'm just taking enough to go down to where you're not going to see it, because I mean, why waste wallpaper when it's not needed? Okay. So that's all I'm doing. So I cut that piece off after I do it. Usually if you want, you could measure and then cut, then do it. But no, I just kind of like pull it down to where I want it, then cut. So you will see I do not have like a straight line, because I didn't like measure to be exact where I want to cut it. So again, underneath the cabinet, lining it up. And then I'm going to cut those small pieces at the end, okay, at the end part. So what I'm doing, what I did, I have an outlet there, okay? So what I did is I just put the wallpaper right over it, because I'm not going to go fight with the wallpaper in the middle. Next thing I cut it, it's not cut properly. It like don't look good, you know? So what I did, I burnished the wallpaper all the way over it. And then I use my knife, my kitchen knife. It's very sharp. You could use an X-Acto knife, or you could use one of those, which is X-Acto knife, or you could use, like, if you have those box cutter or sheetrock knife, you could use anything. I use a freaking kitchen knife, cut it out. Look how neat that is, and it cuts out perfectly over it. No, I don't have, you know, one part bigger than the other. So anywho, so now everything is set. We have the wallpaper on. So now went for my level. That one was too big, so I gotta go get another one. All right, so now we're gonna start making the shelf. Boy, like I said, I was trying to go the cheapest route. And I got these wood. These are in the cheaper section lumber from the Home Depot. But then I did like mix expensive with cheaper wood. Like for the front part, a nicer expense trim, and for the flat part, because I knew I was gonna stain that. So use those. So all I'm doing, I'm trying to make sure I have this level. Okay, so I cut down the wood. Don't ask me the measurement, because my closet and your closet is two different laundry closets. However, it's 65 inches. Ta-da! That was 65 inches long. But guys, it may not be the same. If you're looking at this video for inspiration, it may not be the same as your laundry closet. So, did that. So now, if you guys, I put the level, and I just kind of like make sure I get, in order to get it level when you're doing stuff by yourself, it can be frustrated. Don't laugh at how I speak. It can be frustrating when you're doing stuff by yourself, because you put one side up, the next side fall down. So what I did, I used a screw, and I screwed that into the wall, just one screw, but I didn't screw it all the way in where it's going to get snug, but just enough to hold it, but also you could maneuver it. So once I screw that holds it, then I put my level on top, and then I level it from there, and then I've used my stud finder, find my stud, and then screw in. So that's all I did. So now I'm going to cut out to the side, and I'm doing that out for 10 inches outwards. Okay. Now, really, my shelves are going to be bigger than my cabinet. The cabinet is more, the depth of the cabinet is shorter. Now, it would probably look nicer if I built the shelf to the depth of the cabinet, so everything is on the same level, or the same spacing, the same, you know what I'm trying to say. So everything would look the same, where nothing is out versus in. But I'm not trying to do a closet for beauty. Your home, you do what you please. This is my home. I need space. Okay? So I'm not going to shorten the shelf for beauty. It's not a showcase. It's a space. I need space to put my stuff that I use in the laundry room. So if you rebuild your closet and make them short, what's the purpose? Because then you put one bottle up there, you know, it's hanging off. The bottle is up there and it's already hanging off. So anywho's, like I said, they cut my wood down into 3 pieces, how I wanted it, 14 inches. I think it was 14, yeah. And then what I did when I got home, I used my miter saw and cut it to the 65 inches long. So I cut that piece off so it fit. So now, here we go. We're using the trim, the nice trim that I got to put in front of the shelf after I put the shelving up. So you could, at this point, you could use some wood glue with some finish nail, or you could use your brad nailer or your nail gun. I'm using some finish nail from my brad nailer, and that's why I'm using such a small, tiny hammer, because I don't want to miss and hit a big old dent into the wood with my big hammer. And those are, believe it or not, the headless nail from my nail gun. I just use like a knife and put it on a metal. Don't do it on anything soft. Put it on a metal or on the floor in your garage or outside on your driveway. Don't put it on your floor in your house or anything, because it's going to be hard to take it off. And I just kind of like separate those nails, and that's what I use the little hammer and put it in there, because I have a brad nailer and I don't know what's going on with it. If you guys know anything, I have a brad nailer and I have a nail gun. No, I don't want to hear the compressor. This is late at night. You guys notice? I changed my clothes. So I started this before I went to work. Went to work for 3. Came back home at 11, and to be continued. Okay, this is an easy project that can be done in a day or less than a day, but I did it in 2 days. That's in between me doing, go to sleep, go to work, come back and do. Okay, so if you don't have a nail gun, a brad nail, and you want to do this project, you could get finishing nail and you small little hammer and hammer it in. Or, so like I said, like I was saying, it's late, I don't want to use the compressor, plus my dog hate the sound of that pow 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 sound. That's 1. 2, I don't know what's going on with my nail gun. What happened is it's making holes in the wood, but the nails getting halfway and stuck. So I don't know if the gauge need to be changed or something. I'm not, people ask me what I can't do. Those are the things. I'm not savvy with technology and all those things. But I'm pretty sure if I watch a YouTube, I'll figure it out. But hey, it's working for me with the brad nailer. We're using my freaking hammer, so who cares? So anywho's, what I did for this part, like I was saying, how the cabinet is in and the shelf is out. I wanted my shelf space. So what I did, I put a piece of the wood on the side, and I kind of like screw it from the side like a pocket hole. So it would go back into that at the back. And then what I did, I went on the other side of the cabinet and go again, kind of like a pocket hole, and drill it into the side of the cabinet. So that way I could put my load on there and it's fine. However, on that shelf, because it's a shorter shelf, I end up didn't put any much load on there. I just put like little bins in a basket. You guys keep watching, you'll see. So that's all about it. I end up doing like 3 shelves with the spacing. I did 3 shelves. So 2 long one and that halfway one. And then I have underneath those. So now when I got to this part, guys, of the see, that's the brad nailer. When I got to this part of doing it, I realized that, wait, I don't know if you guys has noticed, like I could see that bottom piece for the shelf. I'm like, oh no, I tried to went cheaper, and then I bought a bigger size wood to make the shelf holders versus the facing of the shelf. So then I'm thinking, oh shucks. So then I'm thinking, all right, I know what I'm gonna do. You could either cut them down with a saw to fit, take them back down and cut them down, or I could just take them down and put smaller, go back to the store and buy the right thing. But again, on a budget, so we got to figure it out. But if you guys notice, it looks sharp. I didn't like how it looked. It looked really terrible, but keep watching and you'll see. So all I was showing you is how I took those little the nail from the brad nailer, separate them and knock them in. The brad nailer would have gone faster, but you know what? Not for nothing, I kind of like it with the hammer, because now I don't have a hole to really caulk. So I went down to my basement and I used to make wood sign. I went for a bunch of stains that I had down there, and I keep matching, see which one would go best with the cabinet. And of course, I had that in stock. I have leftover, like a whole can of stain that I probably haven't used in like 3 years. So the bottom, of course, you got to stir it up because it's like a clump in the bottom. But it was still good because I store them in nice, warm, dry place. Okay, so here I am. I'm staining. I'm rubbing wood, stain on little pieces of wood to make sure which one matches with the cabinet. And of course, the first one I rub on because I suspected that would match the cabinet. That's it. So now I took a piece of cloth. I have a mask on, and there's a window in the mudroom. I make sure that window is open. I also make sure my garage windows are open, and I make sure the door to the garage was open, and I have a mask on because this thing is strong. You want to be in a well-ventilated area when you're using this. Plus, I have bad allergy. Right now, you can hear me sound like a little pig. Yeah, doing all of that good stuff. So I went to town and I started staining. And it looks absolute. This video, guys, I'm gonna tell you, the video is not doing the closet any justice, because inside the closet I have that warm light. So it's giving it, right now I'm looking at it, and to me it's giving it that orangey look. I don't know about you guys, but it's giving me that orangey look, but it's not an orange look. It's like a nice brown, and that's with that light. It's like a warm light in the closet, yada yada yada, and everything. So that's all I'm doing. I'm staining it. It looks nice. So we're still staining them. Once I'm done staining this, I'm going to be calling it a night, let the stain dry, and then next day come back to it. So this is all I got done. Total maybe 4 hours, because it was like 1 o'clock. I had to get ready to go to work by 2. So I did 1 hour worth of work before I went to work. Came back home from work at 11 o'clock, and I finished up around 2. So got home leave work at 11, got home 11:30. Finish up around 2 o'clock between cutting the wood, making the shelf, yada yada yada. So I'm going to just go ahead, and I have some leftover handles from my bathroom I did in the guest room. So I'm going to unscrew those handles, and we're going to update these handles with some more modern handles. So that's all I'm doing. I'm using a screwdriver, because these are weird. They're a little different. From the 90s, a little different. Never seen these, but anywho's unscrewing those. Then these were gold. I wish, so I use a gold. I have silver that I could have spray paint black as well from my previous home, because Shayna don't throw away anything, because everything has a purpose, and you never know when you're going to need it and when you're going to want to use it. So we unscrew those, and then we pepping out these bad boy, and they're going to just fit right. But first you want to make sure you clean it off, okay? It's been in the basement for 2 years. The first thing I did on this house was the floor and the kitchen. So cleaning that off, and then using a screw. I could have used a drill. I don't even know why I'm using the screw to screw that back on, but you could use your drill. It's no big deal. Quick, done. But I feel like I wanted to use some manpower, so I'm exercising the shoulder. So we got that on. I think I'm going to use the drill for the other one, because look at me over there screwing, trying to get it tight. So this is what it looks like at night, and we're going to call it a night. But look how beautiful that look. I really start looking at it, and I'm like, I didn't plan on painting this because it's not in the budget, but I think this would look so nice with a blue paint. Okay, and look how nice. Now we have that nice space. You never had that space in between the laundry, the washer, and the dryer before, and everything fits nice. The only different thing is you can't open the dryer and throw clothes out of the dryer into the washer. So anyways, I have this piece of wood leave over. So I decided I'm going to make a shelf. And I have these pieces of trim leave over from a project from my mirrors that I made for my living room. And I decided that I'm going to use some wood glue that around that piece of wood, stain it, and put 2 handles on it as a tray. Okay? How simple is that? So I went back up to Lowe's the next day. Now it's the next day. Guys, I found this paint on sale for $13. And I picked this color called Blue Dress. $13. This paint was originally $26. And then I got the satin finish. So I went back home. And of course, because I didn't plan to paint. If you plan on painting your laundry closet and you're going to redo your laundry closet, paint it before you put the shelves up. Okay, so then you don't have to break your back like I'm doing, going under here, doing all that. Because I didn't plan on painting it, so now I have to do that. But anywho, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Just get your hand angle brush, go on in there, and break your back, and paint, and you're done. Because it's just 2 little walls. It's not a lot, okay? I didn't do the ceiling. I did the baseboard. Because after I paint those, the baseboard just look ugly and like yellow, but it's not yellow, it's dirty white. So I moved the washer and the dryer from thereafter and cleaned it up. So that's what it looked like. Look at that blue. I'm telling you guys, this camera is not doing it any justice. When you walk in this room, and now I didn't put the door back on, so now you walk in, you just, oh my God, it's so nice. So anywho, it's daytime, and you could see the natural light, how it's different with the natural light versus the warm light at night. So there's natural light and the light in the mudroom on. And the light is probably on in there. We just see the difference with the just night with the warm light. So we're just going through and we're trying my best. I'm trying my best not to get any paint on the stain. So if it's better for you to tape, then go ahead and tape. For me, I don't have time for that. So I get my angle brush, cut all the con under and everything, and here we go with my roller. And I'm going in. Look at that blue. It's so pretty against that brown. Oh my God. I'm so happy I do it. The next thing I want to change is that where the shut off is for that washer, where the hose and everything. Because look how yellow. Now that you do, that's the thing. That's the thing. Once you do one little project or do one thing in your area, then everything start looking ugly. I think this is more like close to the true color of what the laundry room look like with the natural light that's going on with the cabinet. You see how last night it looked orange? Yeah, I think this is more closer to how it looked, but it's so pretty. So going in with a roller and of course breaking my back and just rolling the paint. Nothing crazy. I didn't prime it or anything because per the paint it said it's paint and primer and it's one coat is covered, which is true. Okay, one coat. I put one coat on and life was really good. I actually went back and used the same brand paint on my washer. So now I'm done with all of that. It looks nice. I decided that I want to change the outlet because now everything start looking ugly around. You see, I also paint the door, the trim of the door and the frame of the door. You see how nice and white that look? So now everything now start looking ugly. Like the wire, the light switch and everything, the start looking yellow, just like over where the shut off is for the washer and the dryer. So I could do a lot of things. I could switch out the outlet, but I prefer not to because I got electrocuted once or zapped once and I'm scared. So I prefer not to. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure you turn your breaker off. Okay. Some people can do it with the breaker on, but you want to make sure you turn your breaker off. So I have a problem here, guys. This is a 3-way switch. I did not pay attention to it. I went ahead and I just moved all the wires and everything. Didn't take a picture of what it looks like. Now I only have a single limb switch. So I'm over there trying to fit the three-way on a single limb after all of this. Couldn't get it done. So I had to call it a night and then went to the store the next day. But make sure that your power is off, okay? So even though the power is off, I'm so scared. You see, I'm still over there using a freaking like little pliers because I'm so scared. Like I could mess with plumbing and all of that, but electrical stuff, I'm so afraid because, you know, it could hurt you and it could cause fire. With plumbing, you just got to get water. And if you catch it in time, you could shut off your main shut off. But these things start up a fire, boy, life is over. So anyways, enough of that. So we went over here to change out these outlets. So the good thing is I took a picture of these first. And I tell you, it was a pain in the ass to do this under the cabinet. But it wasn't bad. But it's just like it's a lot of take a toll on your knees and your back because you're trying to get behind the washer and the dryer to get those out. So now I got it all out. I'm screwing that in. We switch it out. And I'm going to use my tester to make sure I'm going to go turn the breaker back on. Then use my tester to make sure I did it right. Because sometimes you can wire it wrong. You turn the breaker back. I'm going. So we use our tester and it's green. Woo! That means Shayna did it right. So now we're just going to put some covers on. Now, okay, I'm using those covers because I bought some covers. I did not like those, but it's cheaper. But it's not showing. I'm using these covers in areas that's not showing. So now I'm all done with the laundry room. Look, now it's night. You see the difference? It look orange again and the blue look black. So we're just giving the washer and the dryer a good clean, okay? So all done, giving it a good clean. The light switch, the light fixtures all change out. Gotta change that washer thing out now because that's bothering me. Looking at it is bothering me. So give it a nice clean. And once I'm done cleaning it, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Decorate it up. And yeah, that's it. Now, if you make it this far through the video, obviously you like hearing me talk. You're not one of them who say I talk too much. I already know that. And I don't mind it. So you're the real deal if you make it this far. Obviously, you like what you see here and you enjoy listening to me chatting and you enjoy watching me moving around doing things. So before you leave, just give this video a big thumbs up. Type me a comment in the comments section and subscribe to the channel. When you do so, make sure you turn the notification bell on. Therefore, you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Okay? All right. So that's it. And also, if you feel like you want to check out some of my other content after this, then go for it. Most of the time when I'm doing projects like this, I don't video it because I use my phone and I'm limited on storage and I have so much videos that I make and it needs to be uploaded. And because I usually delete them after uploading them, but I got to figure a way how to get these video saved so I could keep making videos. But I usually don't do these videos because you guys don't really like them and it takes up a lot of your time. You spend more time making video versus working. So, anywho's, now we're all done with all that deep cleaning part. We're using our Mrs. Myers, and this smells really good. I got it from in the Dollar Tree at the dollar section. Smells so good. I've never actually used the Mrs. Myers. I've heard a lot of people, they always talk about, oh, I love my Mrs. Myers, and yada. But I gotta tell you, as from now on, I'm gonna start using Mrs. Myers. Smells really good. So yeah, guys, I just noticed that I had my shirt on backwards the whole time. The whole time I had this shirt on, I just noticed, like, wait, why does my shirt look like that? I had it on backwards. I went to the store looking like that with the shirt on backwards. And people probably looking at me like I'm crazy. But anywho's, who cares? The job is done. So look at that tray. Remember I was telling you guys how I decided to use the thing and make the tray? So see, that's what it looks like on the inner part. You see? I stained underneath the cabinets because I didn't like how it looked. So first I didn't stain underneath them. But I didn't like how it looks, so I stained underneath it. And here's a true color of the cabinet there with the color paint. And I put like a light under that cabinet. These are light that was under the kitchen cabinet. I don't throw away anything. So I just put it under that cabinet. And look how beautiful this tray is. Like, guys, you know how much money you would pay for a tray like this? First of all, you wouldn't find a tray like this in the store. But it's the leftover hood, some screws, wood glue around it, and a few brad nailer. Life is good. You have a tray, and guess what? It customizes the perfect measurement for the top of the dryer. So I already hooked back up the vent. You guys can see there I have the vent hooked up. Look at the outlet. It's all new. That thing is killing me. Now it looks yellow, boy. I gotta change it. So the vent is back in. I went and get not a new vent, but a new piece of clamp to clamp it back in and kind of make it work. So here I am gonna pack out some of these things. Just showing you guys where I'm putting them. I'm not going to do the whole thing of packing out because this is just a video of how I make the closet. It's not a video of how I'm going to organize it. Put that little laundry basket there on that shelf. So anywho, you guys remember I was saying I did not like how the brown hanging, but it did turn out looking nice. I end up looking okay. So this is what it looks like the night of I was done. So I went on Amazon and I ordered me a few containers. I mean, it looks pretty good like that, but I ordered a few containers and this is what it looks like with the containers. Total cost, if you guys are interested, that it cost me to do this minus the container was $150, and that's only because I used a piece of plywood that cost $84.99 plus tax. Okay, and the piece of finishing one in the front. But think about it, $150 just like that. So here it is. These are the containers. So far it looks good. I purchased this nice little tray on Amazon that could fit in between the washer and the dryer. Guys, I did not have that space before. Now I do. I have my little lint bin. It's magnet. It's right on top because it makes sense to put it right there. I could have put it on the side of the wall. You could mount it as well, and it's also a magnet. But it just makes more sense because right there is where you're taking your lint out. Like I say, this is not for show. It's to how it works for me. So my house, do what I please. Your house, do what you please. You could make it all look fancy like it's for a show, but this house is not for a show. It's for making things more accessible and be able to use up all the space I have. So there it is. That's it. Yeah, I like how everything turned out. And like I always say, remember that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Until next time, be blessed and bye for now.